Hi everybody. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I put together these. I will also prop a picture. Those rings with flowers on them, my daughter saw them and absolutely loved them. And I will put a better picture in the corner for you guys to see. I have to figure out how to do that, but I will figure out how to do that. So scratch that. Here's the picture. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna show you how I make them, and everything I use to make them. Now, if you like what you see and you want to make them yourself, just go to your local craft store, buy artificial flowers. Would not suggest using real ones because they'll die and then it won't work. But you can buy whatever artificial flowers you liked. You need hoops. So I don't know what size these are. Okay, here. These are 8-inch, the small, so 8-inch for the small, and I have 6 of them, so I have 2 different sets. And then the next size up is a 10-inch, and then I think this is 12. 12, yeah. So they're all 2 inches apart in size. So if you don't like how small the 8-inch is, you can always go bigger and then go 10, 12, 14. No, yeah, 14. Or you could go smaller. However you want your hoops to look like. Don't forget though, you will be putting flowers and ribbon along half of it. So if you want more hoop showing, just keep that in mind because the bigger you go, the more hoop you will have. But the more flowers you could fit on your hoop. So these are meant to have the hoop, part of the hoop showing. So for my flowers, I filled half of them with flowers and had them drape and hang and expose the extra hoop. So that way you can layer them and see the hoops through other hoops. Because you want to kind of give it a little bit of this look. Okay? And then you have 2 options for this. In this video, I will not be putting the twine around it to hang it from the ceiling, but you can definitely always add some ribbon, whatever you want to hang from the ceiling. Just know they will want to spin back and forth. So I haven't figured out how to make them stiff enough not to spin, but if you do that, if you hang them, let them sit, let them spin, and then refix the yarn, it will eventually stay and stop spinning as long as you don't keep touching them. That's the key, is to hang them, find where they want to sit, adjust them from there, and then not touch them again. Or if you don't want to deal with that, you can always just hang them on the wall and put a little nail in the wall and hang them right up like that. So, and you will never see the nail or a command hook or honestly whatever you want to use to hang them. So there's always that option. That's the option I'm going to go for my daughter's room. So that way she's not tempted to throw something at them, or if she does throw something, it's not going to hit them and mess them up. They'll just be to the wall. So her room is pink, orange, and purple. So for that, I got flowers that would match. So you want your flowers to match the colors of whatever room you're doing. So I got the pink, orange, and then I got some white for filler, because you definitely want a little bit of filler. And then I have greenage just to help fill some of the spaces. For hers, I'm going to do 2 flowers, one with flowers and then one with purple and the green, a lot of the green. And then the other 2 will just be the white and pink and orange flowers. So, and I'm doing 6 of them. So 2 small, 2 medium, and 2 large. You can always just do 2. You don't have to do like a small, medium, and large. You can just do medium and large. This is customizable for what you want. So you just gotta think about how you want it to look on your wall or hanging from your ceiling. And then just make sure you buy the appropriate amount of flowers. So if you're going to be doing more hoops or less hoops, you don't need as many flowers. Also, things you might need is something to cut the flowers, because we will not be using this part of the flower. What I will be doing is going in and cutting them down here. And if you do buy the ones with wired in them, you might want to get a good pair of scissors that you don't mind kind of ruining, because cutting the wire will chip the scissors a little bit, or wire cutters, which is what these are. So also what you will need is the hoops, which I showed you. They're online or any craft store. So, and these are silver, but I have gold. You can do any color you want. You need some type of burlap, like wrap, like ribbon. You need something to hide the stems. So I'm gonna do this pretty white and brown, like burlap style. I got 18 feet. Listen, I'm really bad at knowing how much I need, so I'd rather just have extra, and I will put, at the end, I'll show you how much I used. I don't want to go back for more. I'm also going to be adding, the lighting is really bright, I'm sorry guys. I will be adding little pearl beads to hers as well. I thought that would be really cute for her. So, she's my girly girl. Well, she's my only girl, but she's definitely girly. So I want to keep that going for her, if that's what she loves. So, flowers, ribbon of some sort, and hoops. So let's get started on the whole how to put it all together part. So that you have everything off your hoops. My hoops do have a little seam here, so I'm going to try and cover that. Just keep that in mind when you are making these. They will probably have a seam, so you might want to cover those up. Alright, so first let's do the pink flowers. Would that go with these ones? Okay. So for her room, I'm going to do a big hoop pink and a small hoop pink, and then the medium one is going to be purple. So let's start off by... Okay, this is where the scissors come in handy to cut this stuff off. So, honestly, let's see. Now, you are going to break these apart. Just keep that in mind. So, okay. Now, if you buy flowers without these long stems, that's even perfect. Honestly, I'm going to take it like that. Now, if the ends are kind of ugly, don't worry about that, because that's where the ribbon comes into play. So just keep in mind that if you see the ends, you will not see them at the end, because that's what the ribbon is for, to hide those. Okay, we're just going to take all the trash and throw it away. Okay. So now here comes the fun part. So if you do find ones that are wired, this is where wired flowers are the best, because you can bend them into help form the circle. Hello, it is future me tomorrow, and I realized after I made my daughter's that I made mine slightly different. The only difference is that I used green, really thin green tape to tape. I used tape still, but I used a thin green tape. I taped it at the top here, and I also, my flowers weren't curving with the circle, so I also taped it in 2 spots. So I had taped it in multiple spots to get that curve. because I remember now that these ones did not want to bend very well. So if you make this project and you will watch the orange ones, how they don't curve around the circle, if you don't like that, but you like the flowers that you have bought in for it, you can always get, let me see if I can show it to you. Okay. This, I think I got it at the craft store where I got the flowers and stuff. It's really thin green tape and it kind of just blends in with your leaves and your flowers. So you can get that and just tape it in the areas that you need extra support to help it curve towards your ring. So that is always an option. I completely forgot that I did that with these ones because these ones didn't want to curve properly. I just don't think there was a wire in them, and that's why, now that I think about it. So I had end up taping them to make them curve with the rings, and I did that with every single one. So that is an option if you don't get flowers with wires. You can always find some green tape, or you can use clear, whatever you want to hide the tape, and just tape them to the circle. So that is an option in this video to do. I just wanted to insert this so that way you guys know that you aren't stuck with them sticking off or only certain kind of flowers. You can always get a clear or green tape and tape them to the circle to help form them to the correct shape. All right, with that, bye. So I'm going to just try and put them in a, rearrange them in a way where they look natural. Now these ones have lots of green in them, so I might not use all this green. So now that we have this, you want whatever you need to tape this together. So you want this piece here to be taped together because now you are going to tape this. After that's all taped together, you're going to tape it to the wire. So let's go find the tape. I remember having green tape that matched perfectly, but I can't find it. So we're just going to, oh no, use a clear piece of tape, which I just folded up. Actually, that might be perfect because then it can just go. Like this. So this part, this is what the ribbon is for. You're going to cover this up. So if it's not completely perfect, that is fine. You're just holding this together so that way you don't constantly have to fight it. Let's see. This is how it would be hanging on the wall. Actually, I like it like that. So I'm just going to take my bunch, however you put your bouquet together, I'm going to put it on top. So let's just tape that on there. Because honestly, the wire is what's going to be holding. Goodness, it folded over my finger again. Okay, that's going to be what is holding your flowers onto the. Now you can always hot glue this too if you have a hot glue gun. I do. It's in the garage though, so that's going to be tomorrow's problem. That's not right now's problem. That's a different time problem. Okay. Like if you want to put extra tape over the end so that way, which I'm out of. Oh boy, okay. I think the tape I originally used was meant for flowers. So it was green and blended in, but honestly, this clear tape is doing just fine with that. Now, let's get our, what is this called? Twine. Where is the thing? Okay, we're just going to cut that off. There we go. Okay. Now this one's more see-through. The one I originally used was less see-through. So just keep that in mind if you do use something see-through. Okay, so this is the part where maybe hot glue would come in handy if you have it. If you don't, you just have to make sure you hold it down. Because what you're going to do is you're just going to wrap this around your ends, and then you're going to go back up to the top. This is where maybe a solid color would be better, because then you don't really see that, but this was all my store had, so. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, that I wrapped it tightly, I'm going to cut a lot of excess off. Hard plastic and wire, so that's where this comes into play, your wire cutters. The purple ones were mainly, there was wire, oh wait, these purple ones are the same. So this is wire and plastic, and these are the kind that are going to be the best because you can bend it. snippet before I decided I know what I was going to do with the beads. I had just twisted it around the hoop, and I'm using this to help hang it on the wall. So it would look like this, and I just simply twisted the little pearl beads together. I'm going to cut that end up there so you can't see it. And there you go. There is how I'm going to hang it. No, I didn't do this in the video, and I can show you guys how I did that real fast. So we'll just put that off to the side. Oh, I got the beads. I held it right here and just simply gave it a good couple twist. Make sure it doesn't get too tangled. To cut. Oh, that's the only problem. I'm going to give myself extra to cut because I want to hang these at different lengths, I think. And to do that, so to make sure these beads stay, I just kind of like when you were younger and you used to twist the beads at school, just give them a good couple twists and then redo the, so that way you can't see the twisty part. Now I just simply move this around so that way the beads at the end wouldn't be seen. And yeah, so now I'm going to go and do this on the floor with them all laid out so I can see which ones I want long and which ones I want short. But yeah, I just twisted this around and then twisted the beads together and called it good. So this is another option way to hang it if you don't want to use twine. Welcome back, everybody. I apologize about the whole lighting and everything. I'm still learning on how to manipulate the light I have, and forgetting about how much the microphone picks up. Hopefully that all makes sense. If it does not and you have any questions, please comment below. I will answer them. I know that was a lot of information and I know that was a lot, but things to take away. Ribbon is better than burlap. Flowers that have the wire almost all the way to the end or all the way to the end will be your best friend. It will make it more fit the curve of the circle. It will give you just an overall little bit better of a look. And then anything else with that? Nope. But here is the finished product of what they look like before they are hung up. So if you have any comments or anything like that, put them down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Please, all that stuff is so helpful. So if you watch this video while you were crafting and you liked listening to it, please like it. If you want to make this yourself, let me know. I want to hear what colors you made yours and how you made yours and all that stuff, because this is just how I did it and I found it the easiest way this way. So best of luck to you. I hope this video was helpful and your journey of making a beautiful circular bouquet of flower. So with that, I'm going to hop off, and don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Bye.